Welcome to this edition of Museum Minute. My name's Becky Tideman and I'm the Director of Marketing here at the Hastings Museum. Today, I am standing in front of our Golden Eagle exhibit, and I'm going to tell you just a bit of information about how that bird, that big, beautiful golden eagle with its wings spread, how it originally came into our collection. It was killed in the 1920s by a farm woman. She had discovered the bird swooping down and trying to hunt her chickens, which did not amuse her. She promptly killed it with a heavy wagon rod and then brought the animal in, her and her husband brought the animal in to Albert Brooking, who they thought would be interested in mounting it. They also had Albert kind of settle an argument between them about whether or not she had put herself in danger attacking the eagle while it was trying to hunt her chickens. And Albert said the husband was right. She probably should not have involved herself in that way. She probably had put herself in a bit of danger by doing that. But in general, when not hunting, golden eagles are not as dangerous as the public sometimes thinks they might be. I would ask you to take just a closer look at this exhibit and ask yourself, or remember back, if you've ever been a visitor to the Field Museum in Chicago, this is one of our exhibits that is remarkably striking in similarities to an exhibit at the Field Museum in Chicago. Really, the entire staging of the exhibit is the same, except there are two chicks, not one, in their nest. So again, this eagle, this mount, because it was brought to Albert in the 1920s, it's actually older than the museum itself. Albert Brooking, our founder, performed much of the early taxidermy here at the museum. But what many people don't know is that he himself killed many of the animals. One example is this Trumpeter Swan. The Hastings Tribune reported in 1944, the Hastings House of Yesterday has on exhibit the only mounted trumpeter swan in Nebraska. It was killed by curator A.M. Brooking on the Platte River near Kearney in 1899. Only a remnant of the noble species is left, Mr. Brooking says, and it will probably be extinct within a few years. In 1935, the population of this species had been reduced to only 69 known individuals. Now, you would hope that if an animal was going extinct, that our founder wouldn't go out and shoot one and let those few remaining specimens be. But that wasn't the thinking at that time. They thought they could have little impact on extinction. Hence, if an animal was going extinct anyway, it made it all the more important to go out and get a specimen for the museum. Albert had a chance to secure this example and he took it. We still have it on display 120 years after its untimely demise. It is good to know that Mr. Brooking would be proved wrong. The Trumpeter Swan numbers have grown and it is now illegal to hunt them throughout the United States. I'm going to wrap up my tour today in front of this beautiful specimen. It's a gorgeous snowy owl. And we know a little bit about how this owl came to the museum. He did not come here from the wild. This owl was actually a pet here in Hastings, Nebraska. A mother and son were the owners of this owl. In fact, they disagreed on who technically was the owner of this owl. We do know that the owl came to us after its untimely death. They do agree that it happened as an accident, that the son accidentally caused the death of the owl. And the story somehow involves a brick, but we have this story from Yesternews, but have no more details than that. We would like to tell you, if this story inspired you to learn more and take a closer look at raptors, please do that by coming into the museum when we're back open. Don't do it now because it is illegal for you to have a raptor in your home as a pet. But these are all beautiful samples of owls and we'd love for you to come check them out at some point in the future. In the meantime, check us out at hastingsmuseum.org for more digital content and downloads.